Well, you're not surprised to hear right now that there is plenty to talk about, and we've been looking at the three probably most critical states, the so-called blue wall in the Rust Belt. These are the states of Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan. First of all, they hold 44 electoral votes. The biggest prize is Pennsylvania with 19 electoral votes. And depending on what happens in these three states, it sets a lot of other combinations and permutations in motion about who has to then carry what. The other thing that's very interesting about these three states is they tend to go together, um, either Democrat or Republican, usually Democratic. In 1988, Michael Dukakis carried Wisconsin as the only breakthrough state when these were different, Democrat and Republican at the same time. So this is kind of like an interesting area. Although the three are very close in our numbers, the numerical advantage is to Harris in all three, but we're talking about low single digits. We're talking about within the margin of error. But like in sports, it's always better to be ahead than behind, and she does have the numerical advantage in these states. What's also not surprising at this point is there's very few undecided voters and very few people who tell us at this stage that they might vote differently. So it's all about the ground game. It's all about mobilization. It's not about late minute conversions or persuading people to suddenly see the campaign and the candidates differently. So that's a big deal. We're also seeing in these numbers that what's making Harris in the position she is the fact that she's. I think I just had a Pence fly go by. I don't know if that's good news or bad news, but anyway, I think that what's doing her the slight advantage is that she's carrying the suburbs in all these three states. That's a big deal. And she's also carrying independent voters in all these three states. That's a big deal. She's also doing better, or doing well, I should say, among white voters, better than might be expected, and that's important for her. Her votes among her support among people of color is lagging over 4 years ago. So the white thing is what's propping her up while she's trying to absorb some lesser support among Black and Latino voters. Now, one of the things I think that's also important to look at is obviously this is a state with three Senate races, and they're all tracking fairly closely to the presidential. In some states, the Democrats require split ticket voting. In Ohio, in Montana, if they have a chance there, where people are going to be voting for Trump but have to vote for the Democrat for the Senate in order to, let's say, have Sherrod Brown carry Ohio, which is going to be a tall order for him unless he runs well ahead of Harris. Okay, so the thing here that I think tells the tale of the tape is in these three states, the Democratic candidate is narrowly ahead. The best is in Michigan with Slotkin. The other two are, again, 2 3 point difference, which means they're within the margin of error. So if you're interested in who has the majority in the Senate, come next session, the states of Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, where Casey and Baldwin are the incumbent Democrats, they're really having a close, tough race right now. And I think depending on how the presidential races go, that may sort of set the table for those Senate races too. So there's a whole lot in the Rust Belt. This is why candidates have been spending so much time in these three states and have been sending so much money in these three states. Because if you knew the answer on how these three states go for president and Senate, you might know everything you need to know about this coming Tuesday.